Okay, good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Good morning, online. Good morning. Yeah. So, hope everyone are doing good. Did you complete your practicals? Yes, everyone. How about you online? Very good, Deepali, Naveen. How about others? Okay. So, what did we discuss in our last class? Meta arguments for each, ignore changes, life cycles. In life cycles, we have ignore changes, and then we can ignore only particular arguments also, right? And then what we learned? Okay, versions. So we have learned all these things. I hope you have done all the practicals on it. Okay. And I also ask you to create lambda functions and all. Did anyone try? Done? Anyone tried? Lambdas, RDS and all, right? Good. Okay, ma. So let's move on. So if you're able to do all these things, so you are good in Terraform, right? So let us go and learn few more concepts in Terraform. So let's start with something called Terraform refresh. What's that? Terraform refresh. I told you Terraform refresh is a danger command. You should not be doing it. What this do is, let's say, okay, tell me what this is doing basically. Okay, I'll write main.tf. What is doing? It will just launch an EC2 instance. So with the name called Riaz-server. Okay. Yeah. So I do Terraform first, init. Okay. So if I do Terraform, what do you call, apply -- auto -approve. So what it launch? It will launch one EC2 instance with Riaz-server or not? Yeah. So we know, right? We learned about actual state and desired state. Actual state meaning what? The state which is there in your AWS console, right? What are the infrastructure is running in AWS console is the actual state. Desired state meaning the one which you are giving the configuration files. These are called what? Desired state. So actual state and your desired state should be same or different? It should be same or not? Your actual state, your desired state should be same. But if at all you want to change it and then apply. So desired state will get applied on actual state. Yes or no? Okay. Now I go here. If I refresh, I see here Riaz-server. Okay. So in the state file, what is there in the state file? Riaz-server or not? So if we do Terraform TF state, so here will be, do you see here Riaz-server? But what I do is I have changed this now here to, I change like this. Now tell me, will the state file will get updated with this name? Hmm? What you said is correct. Terraform, so AWS will listen Terraform. Terraform will not listen AWS. Remember that. So we are managing the entire AWS infrastructure using Terraform. So if you change like this, it will be changed like this. But whenever you do Terraform, apply again, what will happen? Tell me. Another EC2 instance will be launched or just name will be changed to? Name will be changed to? Why? Because in the Terraform state file, EC2 instance is there already, but the name is different or not. So that will get rename it to again to the old one. Because, so this Terraform will check the actual state. Do you see this? Here, added 1. So now it clearly says, so here this meaning update, right? So student server, it has changed to again to RIA server. So is it, so this is the actual thing, right? But again, I'll change it to, if I refresh this, it will change to what? RIA server. Now again, I'll change it to what? Student server. If you do apply here, again it will be back, right? But instead of apply, I'll do Terraform refresh. If I do Terraform refresh, what will happen? Actual state will come to the state file. Is that good? Not at all good, right? That is what I said. It's a danger command. You should not do it in the real time, right? Terraform should manage it, not AWS. It should not manage the Terraform, right? But just in case, if you don't have any dependencies, if you say that it's okay, I want my AWS actual state to come in my Terraform state file, then use what? Terraform refresh. So if you do Terraform refresh here, refreshed or not? So if I do state file, so if I do refresh here, still student server will be there or not? Okay. But if I do if I check in my Terraform state file, what is there here? It has been updated to student server. You understand Terraform refresh? So if you want the state from AWS to Terraform, then use this Terraform refresh command. Is this clear? Online, is this clear? That's why I said, Naveen, initial phase is fine. If you don't have any dependencies, it's fine. You can use it. But not your entire infrastructure is already there and then you are doing this. Not at all good. Okay, Naveen. Initial is fine. Okay. So that is a small topic there. So we already discussed about import command, remember? So we know how to track or untrack also, right? So if you want to untrack, what you need to use? Terraform. To untrack, what's the command? RM. Terraform RM. And then if you want to track it back, then use Terraform import. Very good. Terraform import. So I just put here a few examples about how to import it, right? So what's the command we use? Terraform import, and then you need to put and then particular ID. So I told you Terraform import, you need to do it manually one by one. So is there any way that automatically it will import everything? No. Terraformer. So we have a Terraformer. So if you want to import multi-resources, you can still import it, but one by one command you need to import. See, this is I'm importing EC2 instance. This one here I'm importing what? AWS S3 bucket. Okay, I just funnily put la 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 la. Okay. So as I said, Terraform does not support importing multiple resources in single command or operation. For that, what we need to use? Terraformer. Say that. So what I want you to do is here, it's very easy. Just go ahead and then install Terraformer and run the source bash RC. And then what you need to do, launch manually 3 EC2 instances, or else put you set up manually VPC. Here I'm talking about import. That meaning manually set up VPC, manually launch EC2 instance, manually create a S3 bucket, or whatever it is. It's a simple command, guys. So instead of Terraform, you need to use what? Terraformer. Say that. Terraformer, import AWS. Which one you are using? AWS resources. Which resources? EC2 underscore instance and this one. If you run this command, what will happen is automatically all the EC2 instances will come into the state file. But if you want to import entire VPC, so resources is equal to, you put here instance, comma, VPC, comma, subnet, whichever resources that you want to import, you just keep on put comma and then keep on going it, and everything will get imported into the Terraformer. And you can manage it entire through Terraform. Right? This will be fun while doing it. Try to do it. So how to install? Just take this and then create one shell terraform.sh, run it, and then execute this, launch, and then run this command. Okay. So this one is also, next topic here is what? Terraform modules. Say that. Terraform modules. Now this modules concept is very important, and this modules concept we'll use it in the real time. What is that? Terraform mod? Do you remember in other tool also we learn about modules? Which one? Ansible. Fantastic answer. Ansible modules, right? Remember we used to write the playbooks individually first. Then later what we did? We created separate directories. And then for users, we created a separate directory. We wrote a separate playbook. For softwares, for packages, separate playbook, right? For some other services, separate playbook. Similarly, here also, in Terraform, you are writing EC2 code, you are writing S3 code, you are writing VPC code, you are writing Lambda code, you are writing all different codes in the same file or not? In the same file or not? Instead of that, what we do? Separate it. What we do here? Separate. If you separate, we call it as modules. What we call? Same Ansible concept only, modules. So we'll have the main one, master file, and then we'll call all the modules or not inside it. Similarly here also, that master one, we call it as root module. What is that? Root module. And the rest rest of the directories, we call it as child module. Say that. Root module, child module. Say that again. Root module, child module. So, for example, see here. So this is a project that you will be doing it. Okay. So create modules directory. So we are creating here how many services? EC2, S3, VPC. Like this, how many ever you want, you can go and create it or not. So I'm just putting it here, EC2, S3, and then VPC. So what you need to create, and then you have what here? One main.tf. This is called root module. What is called? Root module. And all these are called what? Child modules. All these are called what? Child modules. So let's take here, main.tf will be there, and you will create a directory called what? Modules. Guys, now you are expert, not you're experts on Terraform now. Whatever I'm telling you now, you can easily try to understand. Those who are up to date with the practicals, they can easily catch all the topics. Okay. I know it even. I'll just explain it. Easily you can do it. See. So first we'll have the main.tf, which is root module, and inside that what do we create? Directory. It's a directory. Inside the directory, there will be another directory called EC2 instance. There is another directory called S3 bucket, another directory called VPC. And we go inside EC2 -instances directory, and then this service has main.tf, output.tf, variable.tf. If required, can you put TFRs also? If you want to separate it. So main.tf, output.tf, variable.tf. Similarly for S3, main.tf, output.tf, variable.tf. Similarly for VPC, main.tf, output, variable.tf. And for everything, there will be only one state file. So later, if you want to add something, you just need to, so we can reuse these modules or not? Yes or no? You write some another main.tf, can we reuse the module? If I want a lambda, can I create one more directory lambda and then write the lambda functions or not? Modules are mainly used for what purpose? Reusing purpose. What purpose? So Terraform modules are fundamental features that help in organization and reusing Terraform configurations. So a module is a container for multiple resources that are used together. So this is root module, and what is this? This is the child modules. In order to see all these things, what you need to install? Install tree. And then what we create? We create a directories. mkdir-p, we create a directory called modules. Inside that, EC2-instances. Inside that, S3 bucket. Inside that, VPC. We are creating a directory structure here. Now what we need to do? We need to go to each and every module and start writing main.tf, output.tf, variables.tf or not? Now tell me, you know how to launch EC2 instance Terraform code? And you know how to write main.tf, output.tf, variable.tf? Very good. S3 bucket, simple one line. And then VPC. Everything we wrote already individually, but now you are putting in the directory, modules. So, yes, exactly. So I told you in the in my GitHub. So there is a Terraform repository. Did you fork it? I already gave one task, one project here in the Terraform. This one here. Do you see here? Terraform. I hope you have. So I have given one project on VPC EC2, right? Similarly, here we have what here? Modules and then modules project. Go inside this. Okay. See here. Now we have mainly main.tf. This is a root module or not? And inside the modules, I have 3 directories. EC2, S3, VPC. Let's go for EC2. In EC2, what we have? Main.tf, output.tf, variables.tf. So which one you want me to see first? Variables, huh? Okay, go here. What are the variables I have given here? AMI, instance type, subnet ID, instance name. Did we wrote all these things already or not? Then main.tf. In main.tf, what I'm doing? I'm launching the EC2 and calling the variables var.ami. And output, what you're printing, instance ID, public. Doable or not? We already did this, but you're keeping it in a separate modules. Similarly, S3 bucket. If it is variables, you're giving what here? Bucket name and what is that? ACL. Remember ACL? ACL is enable, disable. It is public or private. So ACL default private meaning what? This is a what bucket? Private bucket. So and then main.tf, what you're writing, just creating a bucket, calling bucket name and then ACLs. And then output would be the bucket ARN. You're getting it? Aren't you feeling happy by seeing the code you're understanding now? This is how in real time look like. So in real time, your manager or not manager, your team lead will have the code in the GitHub repository, and then he will ask you to go ahead and then observe the code. And he'll ask you to go through the entire code and tell me what you have understood. Similar way you need to do. Now you understand all the concept. What I did for you from the Terraform since 2 weeks. So I have been topic by topic, I'm introducing all the things, and few topics over, then I made it as I clubbed it and call it as a project. Right? Another topics, again projects. Another topic, another project. So we have done so many mini projects in Terraform or not? So this is also another project. This is called modules project. Which one? Similarly for VPC, Nana. So online experience people, yes or no? Please back me up. So in the real time, they do like this or not? I'll do like that, basically. Yeah. Yeah, see? Good. So now we have what here? Variables.tf. In variables, see Nana here? Cider block and then VPC name. In main.tf, I'm creating what here? VPC. I'm calling a cider block and I'm calling a VPC. And output, you're calling a VPC ID. Continue. And then finally, what we have, root module or not? This is important. This is a root module. Yes or no? The main.tf, guys. So we have the main.tf. Okay, this is the main.tf we have. Inside this, we know provider. What we need to do? We need to create a VPC. We need to create a VPC. So what is the block I'm using here? Module block. What is the block I'm using here? Module. And what is the module block I'm using here? VPC. Right? And then source. Where is your module? Under the modules, under the VPC. And then you are giving the cider block because we need to give the values, right? Understood? And then modules, EC2. You need to call which module here? EC2 module. And then you're giving the details. And then you're calling what module? S3 module. And you're outputting it. Doable? Easy or not? So the only thing what you need to do is, I don't want you to clone the code and then here, don't clone it, install GitHub, install Git and don't clone it. I want you to create a directory separately, write the code with your hands. Once you, because this is a small code only, right? Then there is a mega project also on Terraform that you need to do it. So that is a 3-tier project, right? That maybe you can copy paste the code, but this one you need to write the code. Online, clear enough? Will you? Super. So let me. Okay. So next topics we have it. This topic also sometimes really used in the real time. It's a good topic. So we call it as provisioners. What's that? Next topic is what here? Provisioners. So provisioners meaning there are 3 types of provisioners. How many types? I think 3 only here. Yeah, 3 types of provisioners. Now, Terraform provisioners mean Terraform provisioners are used to perform actions on local or remote machine after a resource is created or updated. Simple. You launch one EC2 instance using Terraform. And if you want to go inside the EC2 instance and then want to install something, want to run something, we need to use what? Provisioners. In this case, we need to use local or remote. What is that? Local meaning you are running on your Terraform server only. Local machine. Right? If you want to create some files. Remember, we use local provider also, but this is what? Provision. So here we have local exec. Say that here. Say that here. Local exec. Local exec meaning it will execute a command locally on the machine where Terraform is running. Basically on this EC2 instance. Let's say, for example, on this EC2 instance, I want to create some text file. I want to create a text file. Then which provision you should use? Local exe. But remote exe is there. Remote exe meaning Terraform will use a resource AWS underscore instance and will launch EC2 instance. After launching the EC2 instance, I want Terraform to go and log into that remote machine and then install something or deploy something or do something. In that case, we should use what? Remote exe. Now tell me, Terraform main purpose is to create the infrastructure. Does the Terraform is good to go and deploy applications? Terraform, is it good to go ahead and then do some service restarts, install something? No, right? But Terraform can also do it, but this is not the main purpose of Terraform. For this, which one we should use? Ansible we need to use. In Ansible, we learn so many days Ansible, right? Where you are experts on installing, setting up applications, right? We set up Tomcats, deployed applications, Jenkins, a lot of things we did. But this Terraform is mainly used for creating infrastructure. But I'm also showing you with Terraform how to remotely run some commands on the EC2 instance. Nice topic or not? That is called remote exec. Say that, remote exec. So next one is here, file. What is that here? File. So if you want to upload any file from local machine to your EC2 remote machines, then we use what here? File provisions. So mainly we have how many types here? 3 types. What are those? Local exec, remote exec, file. Clear? Should we go with this now? Hmm? Okay, let's do main.tf. Okay, now go with resource block. Launch EC2 instance. LS underscore instance. Okay, call it as some example. Okay, AMI. Okay, next instance underscore type is equal to T2 micro. Okay, so now here my concept is, let me show you what local exec. Which one? Local exec. Local exec meaning where the Terraform is running on my EC2 instance only. So on this machine, I want one text file to be created with the instance ID. This is launching EC2 instance, right? I want to create a text file, and in that text file, it should contain what? Instance ID automatically. So for that, what we need to do is here, provisioner. Say that, provisional. Which provisional we need to use here? Local hyphen exec. Local exec. Okay. So here we need to use what here? Command. What's the argument I'm using here? Command. So echo. What's that here? Echo instance ID. What's that? Instance ID. So guys, here, how to get the instance ID generally? AWS underscore instance dot example dot ID, right? If you are calling this in another block, if you are calling this in the another block, but if it is in the same block as it is in the double quotes, I need to use what here? Dollar. And here, this is self block or another block you are calling. So you need to use self.id. What's that? Self.id. And this one need to be printed in instance underscore id.txt file. Can you see that once command? Exactly. You understand? So this is what provisioner? Local exec provisioner. So it will launch the EC2 local exec. Main purpose is what purpose? To create anything in the locally, on the local machine where your Terraform is running. So let's say, for example, real time, you're running some big configuration file. You want to get some outputs. Outputs, you can write it here. Can we write output of instance ID? Tell me how to write instance ID. How to print instance ID? Output instance underscore ID. What do you write here? Value is equal to AWS underscore instance example dot. This is how we print it all the time. But if you want to print it in the same block, we use what here? Self.id. So I need to get what here? Okay. So if I do Terraform validate. Okay. So I'll run it for you. Terraform apply -auto-. So if I apply, what will happen? One EC2 instance will be launched, and locally, what will create? Text file will be created, and in the text file, what it will have? Instance ID will have. Okay. Is it clear? So now clear ls. Do you see this? Cat instance. Do you see the instance ID is equal to clearly? Huh? This is the file got created in text file. I'm doing cat for the text file, and you have the instance ID inside it. Clear? Online is clear, Nana? This is called local exec. Say that. Local exec. So what is the next important thing? Remote exec. What is that here? Remote exec. So this remote exec is, let me show you first. It will be easy for you to understand. Remote exec provisioner runs commands on where? A remote resource. Guys, first of all, see, you have one EC2 instance. In order to log into the EC2 instance, what we need? We need IP address. IP address, everything automatically will take it because we use .public underscore IP. But what IP address we need next? Key pair we need mainly. What is that? Key pair we need or not? So we need keys or not? So Terraform need to have the keys in order to remotely log into the EC2 instance automatically. You should not be doing anything. What you do is you create a resource, AWS underscore instance, AMIID, blah, 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 blah. And then we'll write, instead of local exe, we'll write remote exe. And then we'll give what? We'll give the permissions to log into it. What we need to do? Login. See here. Now, do you remember .ssh directory? Inside this ID underscore RSA will be there. So what we do is we will create a file call in the root directory .ssh ID underscore RSA and we'll copy paste the PEM file data. What's the PEM file we are using? 9 AM batch. So I'll edit this file and then copy paste the PEM data. So now main.tf. Do you see? This is we know till here. Till here you know. It is launching the EC2 instance, right? Key name is something. And provisioner, which one you are using here? Remote exec. What's that here? Remote exec. And inline is equal to what we are installing inside remote machine. Yum update we are doing. And we are installing what here? Apache. And then we are starting the Apache. And in order to run, to execute this, first what we need to happen? Connection need to happen or not? What's the type we are using? SSH. What's the user we are using? EC2-user. And what's the private key? Just now we created ID underscore RSA, right? That private key, I'm passing it here. And then we need to have the IP address also not. And then as it is using the same block, what I'm using here? Self dot, which one? Public. So in this connection, what are the things we need? As you said, we need a public IP, we need username, and we need password. Password is our PEM file. And which type it is using, which protocol? I said, this is the connection block. Using this connection block, as everything is in the same block, so connection will establish. Once the connection is established, provisioner remote exec, it will go inside it and run these commands. You understand this? Understood, Nana? I feel very happy because now you can easily understanding the code or not. Guys, do you remember 2 weeks back? Huh? Remember where you were on the 2 weeks back? When I said Terraform code, expressions got changed. Coding. But aren't you happy now? Tell me, frankly. Yes or no? Super. So what I do, can I take this? And let's go and then. So what I write here first? Provider, AWS. Instead of writing everything, can you write provider or TF separately and then directly write resources or not? Okay, see here. You understand the code? Okay, let me. Same, huh? CD. CDB. Same only, no? So key name I need to change. Key name I need to change to my name Raj. I call it as remote exec. Okay, provisioner is fine. So before this, I need to create this, no? We need to create the file. Okay, so here, so vi, and then here I need to copy paste our um, got it? Now if I do Terraform, first what we need to do? Let's see any kind of errors are there. Super. Now I do Terraform, apply, hyphen, auto hyphen. How many EC2 instances it will launch? It launch one EC2 instance, but what it does, it will log in inside it and then install Apache. Yes or no? Let's do. See what it's doing. Try to observe the output. Guys, do you see this? Remote exec is happening or not? See, do you see what it says here? Connected or not? Connected, and now it is going inside. It went inside already. Remote exe, and it will try to install things. So mlock is happening. So let's wait. But is a good way to do this, guys? No, but just in case, sometimes in my real time, sometimes when we were doing this, there might be a, do you see installing? Huh? In the real time, there might be a requirement that customer will say that we need to execute some files inside the EC2 instance, or he want to Terraform to install something, to do something basically. In that case, we use what? Remote exec. What it is creating the entire what? So it is updating the same file. Still creating, still creating. Do you understand why I don't recommend to do this? Acha. What I gave? M update. So that will take time because these many patches are getting download it. So while you're doing it, if you don't want to spend that much time, just remove this off. Okay. Oh, Babu. So let's not wait just like that. So, but you understand this code? Understood now? Online, CC? Online, no? Okay. So what is the next one here? What we have? File. So we have seen local exec and we have seen what? Remote exec. And what is this here? File provisioner. Simple. File provisioner meaning what is this purpose? To copy the file from local to remote server and trying to execute it. Let's say you have some shell script that okay, now I'm seeing. Do you see? So vi remote script.sh. What it does here, see, it is updating, it is installing the Apache, and it is starting the Apache, it is enabling it, and it is putting some content into index.html. That meaning simply it is setting up a one small website or not. User data, same user data, right? So this is shell script. Now I want this shell script to run on my remote EC2 instance. Same what we need to do. Whatever we have done the remote exit, the same code will be there. But on the top, provisioner, which one here? File. What is our source? Remote script.sh. And in destination, where I'm copying it, /temp and here. And for copy, see guys, from local, you are copying to the remote. For that also, what you need to have? You need to have a connection. Same thing. Once you go inside remote exe inline, and we need to run this remote, we need to run this script or not. So where is that script? /temp, right? So give the what permissions? Read permissions, and then what you are doing? Just running that shell script. That's it. And output. What is this? This is file provision. What is this done here? File provision. Oh, finally. So finally, what did you see here? It got completed or not? Online. So what I'm doing here, I'm now destroy. Guys, do you understand this code? You understood this code? Online? I want you to write the code, don't copy paste it. I used copy paste today because now you have become experts on that Terraform code. So that's the reason why I took it. Otherwise, I could have write. Now I can see all your faces and then you're confident on Terraform, right? So Terraform is always best, but I'll be giving a 3-tier project. So there, try to understand the code and then you can copy paste it. Because first, without knowing, you cannot copy paste. Remember that. Oh, Macha, come on. This Terraform dash try apply. Okay. Main.tf. We are main.tf. Okay. Okay. So do you understand the code, guys? Do you have any questions on this? Understood the code? So again, I'm explaining. Okay, I need to change this, right? So key name I need to change to 9 a.m. patch. So EC2 Apache. So we need to create one remote script, and this is fine, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. And then here we need to take the script or not. So vi remote underscore script dot sh. Take the script. And also I wanted to, in that script, vi remote script, this one is there. Should we remove this? M update? Huh? This will take a lot of time, right? Let's do Terraform. Validate. Okay. So now Terraform. Apply. So now what it does? It will launch the EC2 instance, and then what it does? It will copy the local file to the remote machine by using the connection, and then Terraform will go inside the EC2 instance and run that script. Once it runs the script, it will deploy our application or not. Let's see. See now what is happening. Wow, that was quick. Because why? We have stopped that yum update, right? So now do you see this is done or not? So instance IP also it gave. Is it the same instance IP? The public IP. So what I do now? I go here, put that IP, hit enter. Deployed or not? Guys, deployed or not? But it's a good way. No, right? So remember, whenever there is a need to do is use this remote exec, and you can use my same code, the same whatever the code that I'm teaching you, the same code we are using in the real time. By the way, I took that. Okay, the same code that what we are using it. So I took that and then I put it here so that you will get the real feel of how we do in the real time. Okay. Online, it's clear enough? Any questions? Okay, so those are on the provisioners. What is that? Provisioners. So I have seen 3 provisioners. What are those? Local, remote exec, file provisioner. Clear, no? Super. So next we have here topic. We know this topic, but I'm just showing you. You can copy paste the code because there is a lot of things to write. But let me explain this, right? So what is here? We call it as dynamic block. What is that? We already use this. It is used to reduce the length of the block. Did we use we reduce the code with the length and count, remember? So same thing here, but little bit different, see. So example here is, launch a new EC2 instance with security group. I want it to create a security group also. Launch a new EC2 instance with security group. Allowed protocols is 22 and 80. In this example, okay, that is the requirement here. What's the requirement? To launch a new EC2 instance with the security group having ingress. How many ingress are there here? 2. What are those? 22 and 80. So let's do here. You know this piece. Okay. Listen this here. Listen this here. Resource. What we are creating here? AWS underscore security underscore group. So this is the security group we are creating or not? Yes or no? Okay. So this is the ingress. Remember this ingress we have learned in VPC EC2. Remember, those who have done that project, they know this now. So ingress from port number. What is the port number that you are allowing here? 22. So what's the protocol here? TCP. Of course, this 22 SSH protocol will run on the TCP only. And then you are allowing what access? Full access. This is one block. And this is another block. This one is providing what here? 80. And then egress. All traffic. Protocol -1 meaning here? All traffic. Now this will create one security group with the 2 inbound rules or not? This will create a security group with the 2 inbound rules. Now, what is this? This is used to launch a EC2 instance. AMI you put it, instance type you put it, key name you put it, and this EC2 instance should be inside the security group or not? How do I call this security group? AWS underscore security underscore group dot example underscore SG dot ID. And then tag it. And this is, you know this code? What this code will do now? What this code will do now? It will launch a EC2 instance with security group. Security group having how many rules? 2 inbound rules. So if you want to add multiple inbound rules, you need to keep on increasing this code or not? So I need to copy this, paste it, copy this, paste it, and then keep on changing the port numbers and then port numbers or not. So this is a long code. This is the long code. How to reduce the code is through, instead of writing multiple ingress rules, we can use what here? Dynamic block. We can use what here? Dynamic block. How? See here. Remember locals? Local block. Yes or no? So we have done this. So local block, and then what is the block name here? Ingress rules. You're just putting the port number. And if it all you want, increase the number of port numbers here. How many port numbers I am giving here? 3. What are those inbound rules? 443, 80, 80, 80. So if you want to just add it, description is not mandatory. So just put port is equal to 443, port is equal to 80, port is equal to 80, 80. Just keep on listing the port numbers here. And what we do is, so this is a local block. And what we need to do? So create a resource, security group, and then security group ID. You just need to put what here? Ingress. And in ingress, what we need to do? What is the block I'm using here? Dynamic block. Remember for each we have learned? For each, remember for each. So dynamic ingress block. So for each, it will go to 1, 2, 3. Whenever you use for each, so it will go inside this, because we are using here brackets, that meaning it's an elements. It will go to how many elements are there? 1, 2, 3 elements are there. So as I'm using here dynamic ingress for each local.ingress rules, so it will go and create how many? 3 inbound rules with this content. So how I'm going from port, meaning ingress.value.port. Ingress.value.port. Port. So this is what block here? Dynamic block. So this is where how you, instead of guys, why I am giving this is, in real time, I see juniors write the code like that, the before code, where they'll keep on writing the ingress. Remember, when you are very small, when you are learning Java or what you call Python or C++, we used to write multiple codes. We write multiple same code again and again. We don't think that how to reduce the code before. Experienced people, what they do is, they will try to reduce the length of the code. How to reduce the length of the code? It using what block is this? Dynamic block. What block? Is this clear now? Online is clear, please? These are additional things I'm giving. Online clear, please? Okay. So these are all extra things for you. Next one here is what here? Data source. Say that. Guys, I want you to practice all these things, right? So next one is data source. Then a data source is also an additional thing for you, where it will allows you to fetch information from existing resource. Till now in the Terraform, what we do, we created a new resources or not? Did we use existing resource? No, right? So I know that you will get this kind of question. For that reason, I'm putting here. What is this here? Data source. Say that. So data source will help you to retrieve the existing resource information. How? So what is the block I'm using here? Data. Say that. Say that here. Data. So guys, here I want to use AWS AMI. Which one? Amazon Linux. So for that, you need to use filter name. Values is this. So existing AMI and the owner, I'm putting it. Guys, this is just for your reference. It will be fun while doing it. So this will fetch what? This data block will fetch what? Amazon Linux to image ID. Amazon Linux to what? Image ID. So how do I call image ID? What block is this? Data dot AWS underscore AMI dot Amazon underscore Linux dot ID. See, AMI is equal to this. So data block is used to retrieve the information about the existing resources. Okay. Now, till now we created a new VPC, right? But if you want to use the same VPC, then we need to use what block? Data block or not? See here, data AWS underscore VPC default. Default is equal to true. So that meaning it uses what VPC? Default VPC. How do I call this VPC here? Data dot AWS underscore VPC dot default dot ID. Simple as that. See here. So if you want to use existing, guys, if you want to use existing resources, then use what here? Data block. Is this clear? Online? Online? Any questions? Good. So guys, with this, we have successfully completed Terraform. Good. Fantastic. It took little bit long time as expected, but otherwise, now you gave me permission to copy this code. Otherwise, I need to keep on writing the same code and it will take 2 more days. But is it clear? Right? How is Terraform? Nice. Little bit different than with other tools, but as it looks, it is code based, right? So, but I'm sure that you don't feel that it is like a code. You can easily understand and write the code or not. Super. Okay. Yeah. As I promised, I'll be giving you complete, right? Yeah. Trivi will take it in the project. Anu. Trivi. Okay. Now, as we completed Terraform, what's the next thing we need to do? Integrate with Jenkins. So now you also got that, right? So every tool that whatever that we learn, so we'll integrate with the Jenkins or not. That integration, we will take it tomorrow. Okay. But actually, you can do it by yourself also that. But I'll show you that. But meanwhile, what I want to do is here is in Do you see Terraform? 3-tier project. Naveen, simple. Download VS Code in your laptop and then use it. Simple as that. Okay. You need to set up Jenkins, right? You need to set up Jenkins. You know how to set up Jenkins. And then you need to install a plugin called Terraform plugin. That's it. And then you need to create a pipeline. So you need to write a pipeline's code or not. And then here, this is the 3-tier project where in this main.tf, I have put everything over here. Guys, what I want you for tomorrow is go through this main.tf file. It's not new. Whatever that we have learned, I have just aggregated everything. What it creating? It is creating a VPC. You know, while creating a VPC, what are the things you need? Subnets, right? Public subnet, private subnets also it is creating, right? And then, so database subnets also it is creating. Web server 1, web server 2, right? And it is creating what here? What here? RDS. 3-tier project meaning what? Front end and then back end also. The entire 3-tier project, this is the Terraform project, which is really, really useful in your real time. So you can use this code directly in your real time as well. So this will help you to create, see, databases RDS, right? And then I want you to go through it. It's creating S3 bucket. It is creating a IAM users, everything guys here. So this everything that we will set up through Jenkins. Go through it and then we have the pipeline script. Do you see this here pipeline script? So this is the, okay, I don't tell anything. What we do is, this is the GitHub repository. Go and, what do you need to do? Fork it first online, fork it and go through these 3 files. What is there? And tomorrow I want you to direct me and we will do together. Okay, na? Okay, online. And another important thing here is, guys, TF Jenkins project. So it also contains the same thing. Huh? You know this Jenkins pipeline? What we wrote? What we write? SH, Terraform, init, validator, planner. Here I'm using, this project is parameterized because we need to apply and we need to also destroy. For that reason, I'm giving a variable. That's what integration is. So integration is very simple, but what I need you to go through is with that main.tf file. So what all it contains, if possible, please draw the diagram, architectural diagram. By reading this, draw the architectural diagram in your paper itself and show me tomorrow. Okay? This is a task. Okay? So tomorrow we'll do this project. And with this, we have officially completed our course. And then I need to teach the third part, right? The third part will be as a part of projects, I used to say. So from tomorrow onwards, we will do continuous projects. But that projects will not be sufficient. In 1.5 hours, we cannot do that project. Projects means a big projects. So we need minimum more than 2 hours every day. So what I want you to do is, from tomorrow, I want you to come early, 1 hour early. That meaning at what time? 8 o'clock. So we will spend more time. Is good or not? In 1.5 hours, we cannot complete the project. So what I need to do is simply, I need to explain. I will ask you to do it. But I don't feel that. We can do that also. But it is good to be with me and then try to do the project together, right? So you can do it by yourself later. So 8 a.m. I'm requesting you to be at 8 a.m. Is that fine? Hmm? You change your face. Huh? Yeah, I know. But you took the recordings, no? No. Acha. 3-4 days you can manage, no? You can come at 8:30. We'll start at 8. Hmm? So Numan is saying 7:30, you know. So, how many projects? Acha, how many days? Tomorrow we'll do the Terraform project. Hey, Terraform project, you can do it, yeah. Main.tf, anyways, that main.tf is there. Don't you know how to set up Jenkins? Yes or no? You know how to set up Jenkins, right? And then what you need to do? You need to write a Jenkins pipeline, right? So Jenkins pipeline is here. You just need to run that pipeline, entire infrastructure will get created. Will you try it out? Okay, anyways, what we do is tomorrow we'll go with this. This will be done within a few minutes only because it's very easy because we are not writing the code here. Code is already there. We need to set up what? Jenkins, and then we need to integrate Terraform and then write this project parameterize and then write the pipeline script. We'll do it, no problem. But I want you to go through that main.tf and come. Okay? No, you do it. You do it. You do it. If you get any problems, then I'll do that project. Okay, na? So code is readily available, right? Code is readily available, and I'll upload the notepad also if required. The steps, go through it. I want you to complete this project, and I'll take up the next projects. Okay, because this is already you know this, right? Why to waste the time? Already 6th month we are entering, right? So next 12, 5 months will be completed. Yes or no? So please complete this. Tomorrow we'll go with another project. Okay. Someone is saying how many projects, right? One project will be with your AWS DevOps, which is code pipeline. Remember code pipeline, code deploy, right? So that project will be there. 1, 2, 3. Wow. You can think 4 projects, 4 or 5. So till next Thursday or Friday. Next week. Whole next week. I know. Online. So if you complete the project, Terraform by you, so I'll take up a project tomorrow. Okay. And then another project on Monday, 2, 3, 4. So 1 day for buffer, right? So we'll aim for Thursday. If not, Friday max. Okay, na? Super. Any questions? Why you became dull? That we are finishing the class or course or what? Huh? Really? But I would proudly say that you have learned a lot. So that's the best that you got it in this year. Um, But you need to go and do the jobs, no? Right? I'll be here. You can come and meet. So many people, many students, they'll come. You saw, right? Many people, students will come and meet me when they got the jobs, when they get something good and great. They always come and meet me, right? So, yeah. So this will be little bit hard because we spent almost 5 months together, right? So these are all 5 months friendship, right? So there will be a little bit emotional things will be there, but we should, like how you do the farewell in your college days. Once that farewell is done, next day, hey, who are, right? So we don't say even hi, hello, but I'm sure that I'll be there in your hearts forever because school teachers are different, college teachers are different, but this teacher is setting up your entire career, man. Right? So I'll be there all the time in your back, right? No problem. So let's enjoy next week on the projects. So, and I want the projects to be done every day. So please complete the project. So that will be, you'll feel very confident while finishing the project course. Okay. So complete this. Sir, can online students meet you? Of course, come down here. So there are so many, and by the way, guys, we have 5 minutes. Anyways, the projects will be there. I don't know. Nowadays, online people are not joining because it is end of the course, right? So there are so many people stop joining. Maybe they are going with the recordings. I wanted to ask personally. So how was the course? Louder. Satisfied? Exceed expectations? Yes or no? No, no. Super. Okay. So what I want from you is, before 4 or 5 months, how you are, and now how you are technically loaded completely. You are like a, I should not use that word, right? Heavily loaded with the technology. So once you get the opportunity, you will bank it. But there are so many other students like you for waiting for a real time actual boom trainer to teach them. I know that you are also many people starting 5 months back. You are going this institute, that institute. You are going to that demo, this trainer demo, and then you went multiple demos and finally landed with me. Remember? Everyone. There are so many people who know about me and they directly walk in, but there are so many other people. They went for multiple demos and then they came to rise. This is the best. Yes or no? So there are so many students like you also roaming outside, cannot find the right trainer for them. So what I want you to do is feedback. Not the feedback what Naresh said is that is for them, how to improve the course better. So I'm sure that I have been checked the feedbacks. We don't get that feedbacks, but I'm sure that you have given the wonderful feedbacks over there. But what I need from you here is, can you do one favor? Can you help others? Of course, with the mouth you can say, so you can go here, but everyone like reviews. Everyone like reviews or not? So I want you to write your reviews now. Where? Google reviews. So just go to Google and just put Naresh IT. And go to here, maps. Do you see this Naresh IT Technology Durga Bhavani Complex? This one and this one. On these two, you can copy paste it. How do you write? So go here. One second. So, Shobha, never seen like you're teaching in my past 18 years experience. Thank you. Shobha, that's a very good thing. So super guys, 18 years. So similar like me. She's very huge experience, but good to hear. Okay, see, click on Durga Bhavani Camp, this one. And do you see this here, Nana? Reviews. And here you need to write your reviews. How? Click on write a review. So if you click on here, you can see there's so many people wrote reviews about me also before, right? But I want to bang this with all your reviews. Louder, Riaz sir, right? Yes or no? So you can start, okay, if you just put DevOps, okay, someone already, there not only one, multiple people, so many people wrote a lot of things about it. Oh, someone uploaded a photo also. Nice. Okay. So can you go ahead and blast this? Huh? Boom, boom. Online. And same, you can copy paste in the Naresh at a new campus. And last thing, you know, right? I have a Facebook. Just write AWS by Riaz. And do you see the Facebook now here? Go here. And then click on what? Join group. Once you join the group, and then you can, wow, they wrote a lot of things here already. So you just go ahead and then paste the same feedback over here also. Can you do it for me? Yes or no? So this is the only thing that I'm asking from my side. So as you have learned a lot, 6 months, 5 months, right? It takes just only 5 to 10 minutes to write and put it over there. Will you do it for me? Everyone? And ask your friends also. There are so many people didn't came. Sir, where is your photo? Just put it. Definitely will be there somewhere. Aha. Where I am? Oh. Okay. This is me. Just looks like I'm scaring you, right? Online. So that was me here. Okay. So will you do it for me? So I'm very eager to go ahead and then read your reviews. So please do it. Don't tell that, sir, we forgot, we'll do it tomorrow, weekend. No, right? This is like a guru dakshan, right? So what you can do it for your guru is only the feedbacks. Okay. This will help. Guys, I'm there here for so many years. My own main intention is the other students should know about, because I don't have any social media. I'm not anywhere. There are so many people promote themselves, but my promotion is only from with you. I don't really put anywhere about my name. No, never I write anything about myself anywhere. So the thing that you write will be visible everywhere in the world. For that reason, your feedback is very, very powerful. Don't take it like it. Okay? Will you do it for me? Online? Okay. Can you give the final CC for today, please? So tomorrow class is at what time? 8 o'clock. Okay? Super. Any questions? So, okay, can I get the final CC for today, please? So I'll put your in the Google Classroom and go for with the Terraform 3-tier project. That is very important. That's a project from the Terraform. Every tool I'll give one project, right? So for Terraform, that is the project. And then tomorrow onwards, we'll go with the actual another projects, which is the combination of all tools. Okay. So that is all. Let's connect tomorrow with the next project. Until then, take care. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Don't miss the feedbacks. Okay. Bye-bye.